The following video is a step-by-step guide on how to uncrate your new Easy Lift Equipment drum transporter, both safely and efficiently. This process will be the same for all styles of Easy Lift Equipment drum transporters, including economy, ergonomic, narrow aisle, and counterbalance models. The following tools are required: a safety-approved box cutter or utility knife, a pair of metal strap cutters or snips, safety glasses, and protective gloves. Prior to beginning, you should visually inspect the drum transporter to verify that the equipment doesn't show any clear or obvious damage that may have been sustained during the shipping process. This is important. If any shipping damage is located, it is recommended to sign for the shipment as damaged from the carrier and take photographs of that damage, in addition to contacting Easy Lift Equipment prior to proceeding. Once the inspection process has been completed and any damage has been addressed, you may begin uncrating your drum transporter. First, take a box cutter or utility knife, as well as protective gloves, and begin to carefully cut the shrink wrap. Start at the top and carefully work down. It is recommended to pull the plastic away from the unit as you cut, to decrease the likelihood of causing damage to the drum transporter's powder coating. Be mindful to keep your hands and fingers away from the blade while cutting. Proceed by cutting any points where the shrink wrap is attached to the skid or drum transporter. Unwrap the plastic as it becomes free and pull it away from the equipment. When you are between making cuts, it is highly recommended to retract the blade or close the utility knife in order to prevent serious personal injury. You may discard the plastic shrink wrap once it has been fully removed from your drum transporter. At this point, if you're not doing so already, it is highly recommended to wear safety glasses and protective gloves before proceeding to the next step. The drum transporter will be secured onto the skid with at least 4 different metal straps, as seen here. At this time, carefully use a pair of metal strap cutters or snips to cut and remove all 4 straps. While cutting each metal strap, it is important to hold the strap tightly with your other hand to help prevent the strap from lashing out and hitting you once cut. The edges of the metal straps are very sharp and can cause serious personal injury or damage to nearby objects. Once each strap has been cut, carefully remove them as not to scratch or damage the drum transporter's powder coating. Follow that same process with the remaining straps as seen here. Once all 4 straps have been cut and removed, dispose of them in a secure receptacle. Metal strapping left unattended and lying around can pose a tripping hazard, as well as cause damage to vehicles and machinery if left unattended and driven over. Using your company forklift, adjust the fork placement so they are as wide as the base frame of your drum transporter will allow, while still maintaining proper clearance. It is very important that you do not contact the wheels, foot floor lock, or the anti-static grounding strap, so be mindful of their locations compared to the forks. Be advised, most of the weight is on the back side of the drum transporter. Next, tilt the forks up or down to ensure that they are level before proceeding. Having the forks tilted down or up while approaching the equipment could cause the forks to contact and damage the drum transporter or the skid. Once the forks are properly adjusted and leveled, drive the company forklift forward and carefully insert the forks underneath your drum transporter, just above the skid. Again, it is imperative to ensure your forks are flush with the pallet when going in and not tilted. Keep moving the forklift forward until the forks extend beyond the backside of your drum transporter. This will help ensure a safe and solid grip underneath your new equipment as you remove it from the pallet. Once fully inserted, slowly lift your forks up and tilt back as needed. Lift your new drum transporter to the minimum height required to clear the pallet and wheel blocks. Slowly back out. Once you have fully cleared the pallet, slowly set your new equipment onto the floor and fully back the forks out from underneath the drum transporter. At this time, ensure that the foot floor lock is engaged. The ergonomic step-down foot floor lock is easy to engage or release and acts as a parking brake when the transporter is not in use. Leaving the transporter unsecured may allow it to move inadvertently and cause property damage or personal injury. Before using the equipment, the operator should perform a visual inspection of all the hydraulic lines and fittings to check for any hydraulic oil or battery acid leaks, as well as any electrical cord damage to the equipment. If any damage is located, contact a supervisor immediately. For DC-powered drum transporters, the maintenance and operation instruction manual is shipped within the DC box. You should remove that documentation at this time and store it somewhere safe and accessible to all operators. Do not keep this documentation within the DC box while operating the equipment. Turn the master disconnect switch on and observe the battery discharge indicator. The indicator should light up and display the green bar to the far right indicating a full charge. DC-powered units should be shipped fully charged, while pneumatic air tank units will have to be charged with an end-user supplied female quarter-inch coupling to 120 psi prior to using, as seen here. Before charging the air tank, however, it is important to ensure that the drain valve on the bottom of the tank is fully closed by turning it perpendicular to the air line. It's possible this valve may have shifted open during the shipping or uncrating process. Once the air tank is charged, open the air line to the cylinder by turning the valve handle so it is parallel with the air line. Regardless of what powered type drum transporter you have, it is important to check that the lift and lower functions are properly working prior to using the equipment. Before operating the drum transporter, it is also required to review and fully understand the manual. If you have any further questions, need more information on our products, or you would like to discuss the specifics of your drum handling project, please contact us today.